It's finally getting that I'm actually done with the other games.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing.
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy us some time. As for Miss Nefer...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel we've been gathering.
I see. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion
That's
of
what we're
Columbina's.
calling
You may call me Arlecchino.
it. Yeah, let's call it.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before?
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You're well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui Harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the Moon Goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of our troubles. We have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more of her power. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. But she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, after all.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehoda, time to share that top secret intel.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rehir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé, or at least a would-be fiancé, called Tholindis. What's the matter?
Verfnir, Granddaughter! Flinders!
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancée of his? Do we know anything about her?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerear's fragment also contains some of Thelindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thelindis was still around, Rerear appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Thelindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me though, were these pure-blood Conorians we're talking about here?
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian, oh yeah. Just like how it was with the captain.
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerear might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant who Nefer knows, Dori Sangama Bay.
All right then. Let's keep working in our separate teams. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers to go wipe them out.
I'll head back to the Curatorium and meet up with the boss.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's. I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flint's, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Our reinforcements should be here any minute now. Stay safe, everyone.
Probably a bunch of the Knights of Favonius.
We're back. Did we get here a little early?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info. Everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right! Inefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flint's?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amsvartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Nodcry in the period leading up to that. That was before Rerear had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Flint's. With everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here and get some rest. And Efa and I will head back over to Amsvartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it?
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at Amsvartnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, You still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
It makes sense that Flynn's would be able to see it. Back to Silvermoon Hall, apparently. Just know we're going here. Oh yeah, super. Oh, okay. Sure. Super restricted on where I can go, it seems.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
Arlecchino, hold on a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here.
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds Flames.
Huh? Are you serious? As in, you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about?
Your surprise is understandable. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nerves. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw away at me. Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first, I saw it only as a curse. But once I became a harbinger, the Jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations, over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the Abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the Abyss. You all understand the nature of the Abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far.
Oh.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you are unclear about?
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Carians used to worship was actually the Iridescent Moon, right? Does that mean that the Carians were to the Crimson Moon as...
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the Abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody. Correct?
That's right. For now. It's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Deal.
God
Then
damn.
let's get started.
Get what started?
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Paranhari, also known as Leobranto Innamorato. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
Beyond the bounds of this world?
The Crimson Moon Sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
There's no fireplace here.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds of life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way. Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it.
I sense a sinister gloom inside. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition.
Well, that's certainly interesting. Oh, cool. Like the little extra fire effect as we go over the water. That's cool. Oh, okay. It's just a... Okay, I thought I was gonna have to do the weird ledge jumps because it looks too big. Okay, it is actually a ramp. Oh, there we go. I was like, why am I not entering? Does it actually go farther than it should? I wasn't sure if there'd be more dialogue. I thought it might be interesting to listen.
Sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss? It's practically filled the entire place.
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon. Was this truly what you wished for?
Careful! There's something spooky about this place. Paimon's right behind you. By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Oh, party setup. Well, yeah, past level 100 Pokemon. Past level 100 enemies, that's wonderful.
Everyone's well pleased. Don't be scared.
There is no escape!
I'm not really fucking. But when enemies just keep walking away slowly, it's like, no, can you like come to me, please, so I can hit you?
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
And the broken part you can see at the back.
I see everything.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn the volume down. Either the Hoyo combat is always way louder than everything else.
Stay put.
There we go. So I don't know I'm running 4-piece Thundering Fury because it means that I actually get infinite uptime on my skill. If I'm actually still next to enemies by the time I finish the other part, then I need to still be hitting enemies for the effect to take place. Like, it's just enough to get me, slide please, infinite uptime on the skill. Oh, see chests in here. That's wonderful. You'll stay still at least.
Shine down!
That's pretty good. I love that.
Huh? Huh? For real? That's way too high. There's no way we'll be able to reach it.
No. I'm not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water. Wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of...
Man, I miss flight. To be fair, I don't even imagine they'd let you use flight in here. They really like restricting where you can use flight for some reason. That was a
Looks
long way,
like a device from
okay.
the time of Conria. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Huh. If we
And
can
combat
activate it,
really
we
in the
might
middle of
find
dialogue. I have to use the other thing. Like, seriously, can you not put combat in the middle of dialogue? You're gonna make the combat so much louder than everything else. It's ridiculous. Just the activation of Nahida's skill is incredibly loud.
Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow in the water looks different. You think these mechanisms might be the key to unlocking the secret?
Thelindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
I hope this isn't ruining date night.
Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Thelindis? Is that Riri's girlfriend? How come we're hearing her voice here? Oh yeah!
The Abyss has made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here.
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. Mourning still in wistful tone, her fragile soul now laid to rest. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space.
They really just decided to throw a shit ton of enemies in here, didn't they? For no reason.
Right. Everyone hold
Can't
hands!
reach that one, god damn it. They really didn't need to do this, but they did.
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again.
Just purify
Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
Just purify it. Is that something? Okay, not again. I turn the whole bunch down every time.
There is no escape!
Don't be scared!
Yeah. It's still a bit annoying to stagger shield in order to stop it, in order to be able to get behind it. I don't know why we could just purify them anyway. Could have just done it with ground wave, but I guess don't want you to do that for some reason. I think this guy could just be climbing around these areas to get to it, but I don't feel like doing that right now.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking. If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end.
Interesting. Something to unlock. Is that a Rune Raider? No, it's not. It's just a big deer.
Take cover behind the rocks!
Nope. Manually purified that. It's interesting.
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow. Oh, Rerir, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness. If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
It's talking about the twin.
Hey look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Olympus'
The
voice
Abyss sibling.
mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow. Do you think maybe it's hidden in the moon's reflection?
It must be. For within it, I sense the fragile aura of a dying soul.
Then there's no time to lose!
They really like using this particular timbre of like strings. It's really interesting. I was gonna say sound font, but this is live musician, so that doesn't work. It's not a sound font. But they do choose this particular timbre and like chord type.
These things are so creepy! Oh, destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's mirror.
Gosh, it gets somewhere. I was like, huh. Interesting, what is anything I need to use to break it? No, it's just hit it 3 times.
There must be the iridescent moon's mirror. Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it.
Oh, great. Down, please.
I see everything.
There you go. Get it off and she dies really quickly a lot of the time.
Useless, you're up.
Guess that's the freaking electro-resistant enemies.
There is no escape.
Okay with that? Really? Does it aggravate? That's crazy. What's your EM right now? 123. That's crazy, actually. Yes, I can see it being broken. You don't have to show me. Back my mirror. No. I cannot. Great.
Shine down.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, did it die from Tricoma? Probably died from Tricoma. Can you stay up? I don't need you falling there. Jesus fucking Christ. Which probably takes like 3 clicks for the remote to actually start taking me. Oh,
Everyone hold hands.
you fucking not.
Stay put.
Dude, you fucking quit? It's actually getting really annoying. Dear God, it's completely unnecessary.
We're so close.
Move, not moving. It's not Woowa. You actually can.
I see everything.
There is no escape.
Don't be scared.
Oh my fucking God. Are you fucking bro?
Shine down.
Please heal me, please.
Now you shall perish.
Right.
Stay put.
I have to like stagger my sprints. Like seriously, can you not just let me press it over and over again? And it's not an accident, I can tell you that much. Holding the sprint button just makes you run, so it's definitely not like sticky key stuff.
The iridescent moon's marrow, still burning away like an undying flame, yet now contaminated by the abyss. If we can purify the abyssal power within, we should be able to obtain its untainted essence. It's so cold. See, huh? At long last, I can see you once more. I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear.
This is what I guess
in
what
my
happened.
heart as death drew near. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like I was being cut into pieces by 1,000 blunt blades. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage. You look so... But trust me when I say...
What was that all about? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend.
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like hers, our auras must be too similar to tell apart.
But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. Alright, time to leave this place and meet back up with Arlecchino. That's
Animation.
odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon.
Huh?
Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The Abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy. Give it back! The crimson moons! My marrow! My heart!
Damn. Not expecting this out of nowhere. Oh, they're trying for to do this more often.
Oh no! The exit's blocked! They're back! Now what do we do?
This is where you fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
That's what I felt would happen. It just makes sense. Dang, I only got 2.5 minutes left before this alarm goes off.
Oh, we made it! Was that you, Arlecchino? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
Oh...
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two worlds' flames burn ever more brightly.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand.
Oh, that makes sense.
Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina!
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned.
It's still not enough. Just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay. I can take it.
Oh, it's a bright blue.
How about now?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Not Cry. The Rayhir of Solnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where. But now, you're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of them all.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow stronger. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Revier.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, you've been living a wandering life, so you've probably never really cared. All I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Revier, give it some thought. All right, that's it from me. I'll get you back safely first.
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character. Anyway, let's get going. There are more urgent things to do right now than trade compliments.
Oh, wait, what? Is that the end of everything? Or no?
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow
Okay,
and
no, it's not.
restored Columbina's strength. And that's all that matters. Get up!
No, god damn it. Go to the top of the menu, you fucking moron. Why would you go down here? I don't want to go to the Tribal Chronicles, you piece of shit. There's another one of these? Wait, these are constant? Wait, I don't know who I want from this. What? Okay, so you can't get a second Hu Tao. That's cool. What? I didn't know this reset. Okay, who do I want a freaking thing of? The Shiner one's not that useful, but maybe I'll get Sina, who knows? Let's see what he would get. Okay. So that's using... Yeah. Okay. Cool. But why are you still showing up? Oh, because I need to claim rewards. Yeah. Shut up. I'll work on doing that stuff another time. I don't like Imaginarium Theater. It's a pain in the ass. Okay, well, that's it for this one.